Everyone has an opinion about Canadian federal politics. Hey gang, what's up? Just Ehren right here, Question Period Canada. How y'all doing? We've been watching and learning all about Canadian federal politics, trying to share that with you. We've got all of these crazy videos to watch from the House Commons, from committee, from the scrums, whatever. There's many sources, but let's take a peek at this one. It's off the rails. All the videos here are. Let's take a peek.
Speaker, so your job is to oversee the parliamentary precinct, to be a referee in the House of Commons, and to oversee the House of Commons harassment policy. When performing these duties, would you agree that it's important to remain neutral?
Of course, I would agree that it's important to remain impartial. I hope all the decisions that I've pronounced in this place would be judged by any fair-minded person as being decisions that could stand the test of time and that were impartial.
So as part of this, you no longer attend the weekly meetings with Liberal MPs, caucus meetings, for example?
Absolutely.
With regard to the harassment policy, would you agree with me that it's important for the accuser and the accused to have confidence that they will be treated fairly according to the harassment policy, regardless of what party that they're a member of?
I would hope that they would feel that the process that was set up was one which allows them to both be able to feel free to express themselves, to raise the issues, and for it to be properly disputed.
So today there's an ongoing debate about your partisan actions and whether you should remain a speaker. There'll be a vote later today on that. The story for the fundraising event and the highly partisan language used was that it went out in error and that it was a commonly used template. Have you been given assurances from the Liberal Party that this is in fact the story and that this template was widely used by other MPs?
So you'll forgive me, Mr. JIVANI, but this is a matter which is before the House. It wouldn't be appropriate for me to comment on it right now before the House pronounces on this.
Okay, so if you haven't been given that assurance, or at least we can't confirm right now that you have been, do you think that MPs who want confidence and trust in the harassment policy should be concerned about the judgment of the Liberal Party in using the office of the Speaker for partisan purposes?
Again, Mr. JIVANI, you're putting me in a very uncomfortable situation. I would love to be able to comment on this issue. It just wouldn't be appropriate for me to do so when this matter is before the House. I would, so
okay. Well, why don't we zoom out then? We can zoom out to make you a little more comfortable from what we're talking about in the House today. Just generally speaking, do you have a policy on how to avoid this sort of partisanship from bleeding into your activities as the Speaker of the House?
As was discussed before this committee, and as was reported on before this committee back in December, and it was reported to the House at the end of January, there are a whole bunch of recommendations on that front, and there are general guidelines which are provided for in the rules of procedure. But as was, I believe, if you were to take a look at the committee report, you will discover that there was a conclusion that these guidelines were vague at best.
I would say it is unfortunate that when we're discussing an important policy like this one, that the discussion is sort of marred by your inability to address some of these concerns. And I would just recall that following your address to the Ontario Liberal Party Convention, which also raised concerns about partisanship, you said it was an error and apologized. Following the most recent partisan intervention, you said it was an error and it won't happen again. Before MPs vote tonight on if you should remain chair, why should we believe you?
It's a long-standing tradition in this House, of course, that when members withdraw or apologize for a comment, that the member is taken at his or her word.
Everyone has an opinion about Canadian federal politics. Hey gang, so what do you think? Is that video off the rails or on course? We just won an election, 70% of Canadians say they do. We'll have to wait and see what happens, I guess. Like, that's what we get. Anyhow, my name's Ehren. This is Question Period Canada. We have a million questions, almost no answers, but we are showing the information to Canadians that I think as a viewer I would want to see as a Canadian. Like, I don't really have a side. I care about Canadians though, and last couple years have been pretty rocky. Till the next video, thank you for watching this one. It's great. Thank you. We're learning, trying to learn all about Canadian federal politics. Come and join us. My name's Ehren. Like, subscribe, share, get notified, all those fun things. Check out one of the other videos. We have a blast here. Anyhow, till the next video, catch you later. Out.